many of you here love highlighting when you're reading something? Huh? How many of you here love highlighting? For me, I love highlighting, right? And I have a physical calendar, and I would highlight, the things that are very important, right? Like the mass schedules. I highlight it in different color so that I won't miss mass, celebrating mass here. I would highlight if it's like a event for the church, different color, and if it's like personal things that I have to do, I would highlight a different color, right? And why do you think we need to highlight? To remind us also, but also to show us that these things are very important, right? It highlights to us, right? And how many of you have experienced like reading a very good book, you almost highlight everything? Right? As I said, when we're highlighting things, because it is very important, you want to remember. When you go back, it's easy. You read it, you remember it. And in our gospel today, the Lord is highlighting things too. Okay? When Jesus was born in Bethlehem, it was unnoticed by many people. And that was not the plan of God. The Lord wants to reveal to all nations that His Son is truly God. And He revealed that, right? He revealed that this highlighting that happened was revealed to the shepherd, to the three wise men, and also today to John the Baptist. In the baptism of the Lord from the Gospel of John, so this is the different account of the baptism, it says there, this is John saying, I saw the Spirit descending from heaven like a dove, and it remained on him. I myself didn't know him, but the one who sent me to baptize with water said to me, He on whom you see the Spirit descend and remain is the one who baptizes with the Holy Spirit. And I myself have seen and have testified that this is the Son of God. Right? It was highlighted to John the Baptist. And it is also being highlighted to all of us that Jesus is the Son of God, and therefore He is divine. When Jesus was born in Bethlehem, He was born like us human beings, right? He's not RoboCop. You know RoboCop? The half robot, half human? No, Jesus is not RoboCop. Okay? Jesus is not half human, half divine. Jesus is fully human and fully divine. Because He's human like us, He has 5 senses. That's why we all are called sentient being. Okay? For Him, He needed to experience the love of the Father through His senses. That's why in the gospel account for today, from the Gospel of Matthew, it says there, and when Jesus had been baptized, just as He came up from the water, suddenly the heavens were opened. So He saw the heavens opening, and it did not close, remained open. Okay? And He saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and alighting on Him. That's the highlighting, right? Alighting on Him. So He saw the dove, and He felt the dove touch Him. He felt the love of the Father. Okay? And it says there, and He heard a voice from heaven. He heard the voice from heaven. This is my Son, the beloved, with whom I am well pleased. He needed to see, He needed to hear, He needed to feel that He is truly loved by the Father. Right? And that made Him secure in His identity. Now, let's remember our baptism. Most of us were baptized when we were babies. We couldn't remember what happened. Right? We didn't see the heavens open or felt something, or hear something. We didn't. Right? And that was my experience. Right? I was baptized as a baby. That's why growing up, I just know about God's love for me. But I didn't experience the love of God. Right? That's why I was not secure in my identity. I was so insecure. I was looking for that love in other places, in the wrong places, things, and situations, right? And I think maybe that is also your experience, right? You just know about the love of God, but you haven't experienced it. I'm glad, on my last year of university in the Philippines, I attended a Life in the Spirit program, and I got baptized in the Holy Spirit when somebody laid their hands on me. And for the first time, I've experienced His love, and I couldn't stop crying. I felt God, the Father, embracing me, despite my many sins, right? And, for us, there's an open heaven when we got baptized, right? There should be nothing blocking between us and God. But many times we put a block. Sin is a big block. Our attachments to things is a block, right? And for me, I'm growing in trying to grow in holiness and avoid any sin. I'm also trying to detach myself from things. That's why I'm fasting from sugar. Once also I fasted from media. And also right now I'm fasting from my phone. Okay? And because of that, I started to experience more and more of the love of God. There were times wherein, maybe when I'm driving or when I'm resting, it will just hit me. The love of God for me. And it's as if I'm hearing God saying me, "You are my son, the beloved, with whom I am well pleased." And I will be in tears, really in tears. And that's my prayer also for you, that you would experience His love, right? That you would know that you are a beloved son of God. And please pray that I would experience more of this, because you see the better version of me when I'm experiencing this. Otherwise, I'll be a grumpy old priest. You don't want that, right? And also when I'm experiencing the love of God and when I'm in a deep relationship with Him, I could hear Him better. Not audibly, right? I could hear Him speak into my heart. One time, I was visiting a sick person, and I know this family, and I realized the father got laid off from work, and the mother is already retired, and the son has cancer. And I was like moved with compassion. And the Lord put into my heart, I didn't hear Him, put into my heart, give this amount of money to them. Okay? And also, I just came from an event. People gave me a lot of food. Give all the food that you receive to them. So that's what I did. It was like a strong impression, right? So I followed that inspiration, and I gave them the food, right? And then I slipped in there the envelope, and they didn't know about it. When they got home, they unpacked it, and they saw the envelope with the money. And they cried in tears. They felt the love of the Father, right? And for me, that's what would happen, right? I was experiencing the love of God, and it overflows. It's like water being poured on water. It's just like overflowing. And I truly believe this passage from 1 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 2. May the Lord make your love increase and overflow for each other and for everyone else, just as ours does for you. And that's what will happen. When you're experiencing the love of God, it will be overflow. You will be more forgiving. You will be more understanding. You will be more patient. You will be more want to serve, because it's overflowing. People would experience the love of the Father through you, because the love overflows, right? And what happened also is that when I'm experiencing this love of the Father, as I said, I want more. I'm not experiencing this always. When I'm experiencing this love of the Father, I'm not experiencing any fear. Okay? You know, I shared with you, I have a lot of fear. Fear of making a mistake. Fear of rejection. Fear of what people would think of me, right? And say about me. And I'm living in fear. Sometimes it's paralyzing. But when I'm experiencing the love of the Father, there is no fear, right? There is no fear that I will be rejected. I know that I'm loved. I know that the Lord is pleased with me despite my imperfection, right? And that's what will happen. You will be able to overcome fear, because in John chapter 4, verse 18, it says, there is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. My prayer for all of us is this, that you remember what you have received in baptism. You have been adopted by God, right? You enter into a relationship with Him. Ask for the grace that you would experience His love in a very personal way, so that you would be secure in your identity as beloved sons and daughters. That love would overflow to people around you, to people that you would meet. And when you're experiencing that love, I will tell you, it will help you overcome any fear that you are experiencing right now.